Hello, it's B here with your dare for the month of March, and this one is all about education. So, a lot of us recognize how important education is, but also tend to occasionally take it for granted. I know I'm definitely in that group of people who sometimes take it for granted and complaining about school or whatever, but there are millions of children who don't have access to an education, whether it's primary education, secondary education, even higher education. It's not available for everyone. So let's take my friend for example. I have a really good friend who is actually from Pakistan, and she still lives there now. And I was in the middle of my college application, like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe I have all this stuff to do. Like, I don't want to go to college. Of course, I really want to go to college, but I was like so stressed out and stuff. And I got a message from my friend, and she was like, Victoria, can you help me? Can you help me? And I was like, okay, like what can I do to help you? And so she told me that her family could not afford to pay for her to go to college. So for me, that really turned around my look on having to apply for college and complaining about it. And I was like, whoa, I can't even complain about this anymore because my friend wants this so much and she doesn't have access to it. So what happened was she needed the equivalent of 7,000 US dollars to go to college for all 4 years. And I know it sounds like it's not that much, but of course once you transfer that over into the other currency, that actually is a decent amount of money. So we started this fundraiser and we had some people donate, but actually the most amazing thing happened. She was an exchange student in the United States, which is how I know her. And so actually she had a host family who is still in the United States, and they offered to pay for all of it. So that's amazing. That's pretty much like an angel coming to save the day. But unfortunately, she does still need about $1,700 to be able to get transportation to school every month. But that is, once again, for all 4 years. And so, yeah, there are people like that. I remember her saying, oh, I really want to become an accountant. And they asked her, hey, is that still what you want to do? And yeah, I still want to become an accountant. So a few months ago, that dream was completely gone for her because she didn't think that she was going to be able to go to school. There was no way that she could do it. It's not possible for someone her age and to work in Pakistan. So she had pretty much no options. She had no idea what to do. So that's, first of all, one of the most amazing things about just the internet, because she sent me a message over the internet. And second of all, one of the most amazing things about exchange in general, because she would not have been able to contact the people in the United States, including me, her first host family, her second host family, any of them, if it were not for her having come to the United States. So that's really cool. So unfortunately, there are so many people in that position, whether it's in the United States or in other countries around the world, and it doesn't matter if they're trying to get to primary school, secondary school, or like college, university, anything. There are so many people in that position, but you don't have to feel helpless about it. There are like a number of ways that you can help. First of all, to go back to my friend's story, as I mentioned, she does still need money to be able to actually get to school, because now that her school is actually going to be paid for, she still can't get there yet. So I'll put the link to her fundraiser down below, and you can feel free to donate to that. And also, one of my absolute favorite organizations is called She's the First, and it's an organization that's based on helping young girls in a number of developing countries have access to a secondary education, and it's called She's the First because they will become the first ones in their family, the first females in their family to receive a secondary education. And that's really amazing. They also, I know, or at least one of the countries also do have it for primary school too. Yeah, and so just like She's the First, there are tons and tons and tons of other organizations like that out there. There are ones that help people in the United States, and also going back to fundraisers, there are always college kids from the United States who are trying to raise money so that they can continue their college education. And so I will be putting some of the links down below, but I'll also be writing a blog post about it because there are just so many opportunities. I can't mention them all in this video, and I won't be able to put all the links down below, nor will I be able to put them all in a blog post, but I'm going to try to come up with a lot of different ideas. If you don't have the extra money to donate to any of these causes, You can also just give your time. That's something a lot of people will really appreciate, and it doesn't necessarily have to be for someone who doesn't have access to an education. It can be for someone who does, but maybe just needs a little bit of help. A great way to do that is to tutor people. It's something that I have done in the past, and I really enjoyed it. It's fun, especially if you are like me and you like to learn. It's really fun to pass your knowledge on to other people. You can also volunteer with an organization like She's the First or any organization like that, or also there are a lot of schools, both colleges and high schools, that have clubs that will raise money or go out and help people who need some help with their education. So those are just some awesome ways that you can do that. And as I said, I will write a blog post. And yeah, I'll put the link for the blog post down below, but when this video is first up, it will not be up yet because I have not written it yet. Oh, and finally, if you yourself are looking for some help with paying for your education, feel free to email us at thinkbeforeyouttype@gmail.com, and I will put your link down below in the description and include it in my blog post. I will be updating that occasionally. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you take the time out to go ahead and put this there into action, and we hope to hear what you have done. So yeah, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye!